What it is, everybody, it's early. I mean, for this show, wanted to document real human news in real time because it happened just hours ago. Breaking news, you could say. I would say I've never seen anything like it, but perhaps and probably there's never been anything like it in American history. So you're witnessing history today from a man who creates history on his own, Donald J. Trump, and JD Vance. Actually, JD Vance kind of started, I believe. I'm going to start playing this from the time that the more combative portion of the event starts. And it starts, it seems like, with JD Vance, who really is getting a lot of leash as a vice president. I mean, Trump obviously really trusts him. So he's like, he gives it to Zelenskyy, like straight right away. That's when I perked up. I actually had the CNN on, because I'd like to see, I don't know, what are they talking about? Like, what's supposedly the news? And then they had this press conference on. I was like, oh, I better turn on the volume. And then it got very, very interesting. Very interesting. So we are trying to bring about a war in Ukraine. I'm sorry, an end to the war in Ukraine. We don't try to bring about wars. Trump is a peace president. He wants to be known for negotiating peace where nobody else could do it. Trump wants to be the one. Johnny saw it. He's giving you a preview. He says it was wild. So we'll try to give you some of that, the emotion to go along with it. So it sticks in your memory. I wanted to see if I could dodge the camera. So it sticks in your memory as a significant event. And this happened on, the last day of February 2025. So here we are near the end. In 2025, at the beginning of the golden age. So we're trying to save the world, right now. Starting with the United States and our figurehead, Godhead type leader thing, Donald J. Trump, the golden-haired one. He's here to try to save us, to try to keep us around so that we don't get wiped out. But so we're trying right now. Trump and his surrogate JD Vance. So I'll show you if you're ready for it. So thanks for joining me, guys. It's good to see you guys. Slimer, you make a good point. He needs to be more appreciative. Yes, human beings need to show gratitude, particularly to our higher powers, but also to other human beings. If they're nice. If another human being is nice, it is appropriate to show gratitude. It certainly is. And that's where, in fact, JD Vance makes a point of that. So, all right, you ready? I'll show it to you. I'll show you what happened. I'll give you some commentary. I did a little research for things wasn't sure about. There we go. Full screen. There we go. We should have good sound and everything. Puzzle says men are different. Men are funny the way they talk about each other. Well, you know what? Women are really funny the way they talk about each other too. So it goes both ways. But yes, men are funny. Men are funny. It's good. Thank you for pointing that out. Men have been given the humor thing more than women, it seems like, based on stand-up comedy, which is an open, gender-neutral performing ground where men dominate. Just a reminder. We'll remind you the thing. You can remind me of the things that women are very good at. Women don't dominate. Women are good. Women are fine. Women are inventive sometimes. All right, we got to listen to this. I don't want to go off on tangents. It's ridiculous. Thanks for your comment, though. I appreciate it. Puzzles. Thank you. Appropriately feminine name.
But he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been.
You should be thankful, sir. He's like enforcing cosmic law in the Oval Office, or if don't know if that's the Oval Office. I have no idea. I think so, maybe. Yeah, I think so. They have that table there and stuff. It'd be cool if they were. It'd be cool if we were like smoke cigar. It'd be cool if they were smoking cigars. That would be really cool. JD would be. He'd be smoking a cigar or a pipe back in the day.
Been to. I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
Okay, all right. There's the threat. Everybody feels it. The threat from Russia. I believe that's what he's saying. I really had to. Some of the parts of this I had to replay. I listened to it a few times to make sure I understood everything. Because for one thing, he doesn't speak English that well. And then he's probably, a liar and a cocaine addict, it seems like. Yeah. That'd be cool if he brought that. It was like, maybe he wasn't doing coke before this meeting, though. It doesn't seem like it, maybe. But still. Okay, he said, you're going to feel it. You have a nice ocean. He just means that we have a nice ocean between us and Russia, but Russia is going to come for us too. Like, we're going to feel it. I think that's that was like the working argument. They were like, oh yeah, Russia's going to, if we let Russia take any part of Ukraine, any part of their sovereign territory, then he's going to conquer the world next. It's like, no, if you let him win here, he's going to realize that that's what he's going to do it to everybody, starting with Europe, but eventually the United States too. It's like, we're not worried about Russia invading the United States. You know what I mean? So he threatens us first. Okay, I'll play that. Thank you.
During the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know
bless.
that.
You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very
You will
good.
feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and he
of the
happens
war.
to be right
From
about
the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak
The thing in
very
Pennsylvania,
loudly
I have
about the
to-
war, you
He's
can
not speaking loudly.
I did search for that. I did get some. Hold on. I want to give you guys all the back. I want you to be able to get some information here that you don't always get everywhere else, just so like everything's covered. We're trying to create a timeline for, human events. Make sure it's all in there. So yeah, Mike Johnson called it election interference when Zelensky came in. They said it was urged by the Biden-Harris administration. And he went to Scranton, Pennsylvania during the presidential campaigning. It was joined by Democrats, and no Republicans were present. And Republicans were really pissed off, if you remember it. So that's what he's talking about in Pennsylvania. It was like a stunt. He went to an arms factory.
He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble. Wait a minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone. And we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you military equipment. And you men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days. I heard it from Putin. In 3 days.
Yes. Remember, see, he doesn't understand his position because he's been given so much praise, from all these other world leaders and stuff for being the greatest. Like he's been given a Messiah type of, personality or persona. He has been given the savior persona, like he's the one person who's going to save Ukraine. I mean, that's what they tried to say about him. So he just thought very much of himself. He's nothing. He's literally nothing without us. Kind of like Israel. Literally, Mr. Zelensky, you and your people would be nothing, subjugated years ago by the Russian machine. If it weren't for our money, if it weren't for our treasure, which we gladly handed over without worrying about checks and balances or waste, fraud, and abuse. We just unleashed it. And yes, it was mostly spent on our weapons here in the United States. But we gave you weapons. And you don't understand. Like, you're here in the Oval Office. Okay. And you should just literally listen to us. Just nod and agree. That's what your job is. In front of Trump, at least. And then say nice things about him. Say nice things about him before and after the event. He's similar to Yahweh in that way. Donald Trump. If people like Donald Trump, then Donald Trump typically likes them. It's kind of similar. If they don't like Donald Trump, then wrath and destruction are guaranteed for any human that decides to do that. That's the age we're in. That's the golden age. I mean, it's just, but it can be, at least cosmically violent. You can get some very mean tweets said about you, which make an impact in this realm. So you better watch it. I'm telling you, Zelensky better watch it. Because if Trump's pissed off, we're just like, all we have to say, kind of like with Israel, which we'll never do, is you're cut off. Fuck, like, you're done. Sorry. Like, you had an allowance. You're grown up now. Leave me alone. Like, don't even ask. Like, you made your bed. You sleep in it. So there are expressions for it. You decided to do this. Like, you knew you have a certain amount of money to spend, and you just spend it as if it's unlimited. Zelensky's like, well, I'll always have support. People will always be sending me cash out. all the time. That's what he thinks. He's probably buying lotto tickets and stuff. No, no, no. We're here to tell you a new regime is in town.
This is something
Maybe
new
less.
in 2 weeks. Of course,
It's
yes.
going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
Except that
to American people.
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're very.
He had said earlier in the thing, it was like, okay, one more question, but then it went several times. And then at the end, oh, you'll see it. I don't want to spoil anything from our fearless leader. You noticed that, right? That he doesn't age. Like he doesn't sleep. He doesn't seem different from when he was president the first time. It's very different. Like most presidents or whatever beings become president, most of them age quite a bit, spectacularly. I mean, it's like a meme, to show the presidents before and after their term in 4 years. But this guy is like, I don't know. He's not real. He's right about genetics. Like he is genetically superior, certainly. He doesn't sleep. He just drinks. I think he runs on Diet Coke, mostly. It's amazing. Why did I get into that? I don't even know. Okay, so amazing, right? Combative. Mostly like they're trying to enforce divine law, which is that when you do something nice for another being, that they show gratitude. And it doesn't matter if they say they have gratitude, they have to show it, like actually have it. And that's primarily what you've seen in this display, this conversation is Donald Trump and JD Vance trying to enforce that, just to tell Zelenskyy, look, man, you have to be more human, basically. Like you have to be better. You have to be better. Like him personally has to be better. They're trying to, let him know what he has to do to improve himself. Because we're not all going to be here forever. We have to do the right thing.
Buried there. Your people are dying. You're
again,
running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running
Mr.
low
President.
on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a
with
ceasefire
guarantees.
because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't with me.
For you
That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
So I guess, sorry, I didn't research this. So I guess they talked about a ceasefire during Biden's term or something, and Ukraine rejected it, maybe because they polled their people or something. That's what it sounds like. I have to learn the history of everything myself. But he's rejected a ceasefire, and he seems right now to be rejecting it. Like he doesn't care about human life. That's another thing that Trump doesn't like about him. Is like Trump really care. Like he doesn't like to think about people dying and suffering. He genuinely is like that. And that's why he bombed Syria after the fake gas attacks and stuff. Is they made fake videos. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm violating laws on YouTube. When I said that, I was merely taking the position of what they call a conspiracy theorist in this realm. So I apologize, YouTube. I don't believe that. Obviously, events are real. All of them that are shown on TV or on video are real. Gas attacks from the dictator in Syria, real. Okay, Assad, terrible. So we have to say all that. I'm sorry. Just had to correct the record. I think we're good. Okay, so anyway, it was him and Melania actually watching videos of suffering children from a gas attack that convinced him to bomb Syria that one time when we sent in all those cruise missiles. So, but you can say there are false flags in war. They're real. So you can say that on YouTube. You just have to use it in the appropriate context. And when I say appropriate, I mean abiding by the rules and regulations.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins. I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins.
Okay. So I had to look that one up. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Sheets. So it's because I guess Obama gave him like blankets and stuff, humanitarian supplies. So Trump, I mean, to be fair, the Trump administration really armed Ukraine in their ongoing battles with Russia since the U.S. organized coup in 2014. Trump gave them all what they asked for. They wanted something that could blow up tanks. And so we gave them javelins and let them use them back in 2019 when Trump was president the first time. And then Biden wasn't giving them that stuff before the invasion by Russia. So Trump really can certainly argue that he gave them what they asked for, back in the day. And Obama gave him sheets.
Got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to this Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
What if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do you do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden, because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. Let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop from hell was made by Russia. 51.
He's talking about the porn and the computer. Well, the things that were revealed about Hunter Biden were very enlightening, for sure. Hunter and the big guy. But I like how Trump gets a chance then to jab. Just say, well, Putin had to deal. Putin also somehow, I don't know how. Putin also had to deal with the disinformation. Did you guys ever read that thing? Oh my God, it was crazy. The dossier. Seemed like it was written by it seemed literally like a prank by a teenager. I mean, it didn't seem serious in any way. It's unbelievable that people took it seriously. And then that they said he was peed on, right, by hookers. Like, he's a germaphobe. I don't think he's into that. Yeah. And that was the salacious story. I like how they pretend it's all like right-wing disinformation. There's so much disinformation from left-wing lunatics.
21 agents. The whole thing was a scam, and he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened, but he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest. That's not
nice.
All right.
It's not nice.
I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television. I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together.
He wants to be the best at everything, you know. So he wants to have the best ratings still. It's still inside of him. That fire burns deep inside of Donald Trump. He just wants to be but, you know, Jesus said you had to be perfect, right? So he's just there telling Zelenskyy, look, you got to be nice. You have to be nice. You have to be nice, even if you hate somebody. Where you're supposed to. Got to be nice. Got to be grateful. You got to be grateful, right? That's true. Trump is enforcing the law right there in the center of power. So you saw it here. If you didn't see it previously by all the people posting clips on X, like Elon Musk posted a 7-minute clip of this thing, probably mostly what I posted. But this is YouTube. This is a different universe. I'll take a second. Can we hear about the old tombs of, after this breaking news? I don't know what that means. You can clarify, and I'll look into it for you. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Later today, still have planned to go over the book of Genesis. I don't know if it's very long. So I don't know if we can do it in one show or if it'll be a couple shows. We'll see. You looking forward to it? All right. Thanks, everybody. Oh, wow. Tetragrammaton Ghost. I was thinking about you today. I was thinking about tetragrams. Hey, man. You are amazing. $10 goes a long way for me. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't earn income. Except from people who feel sorry for me mostly. Thank you, Tetragrammaton Ghost. I appreciate you. All right, everybody. We'll see you at the next one, okay? For now, that's what it is.